Maybe every moment isn't entered by an already existing me. Maybe each moment gives rise to a new version of you, carrying the previous moment but not identical to it. That's a surprisingly profound shift. It turns who am I into something practical rather than just philosophical. Instead of saying, I am Jordan, it's more like a new Jordan just appeared, carrying memories and conditioning. Who is this one? That reframes the point of self-inquiry. Instead of trying to discover a permanent identity, you're asking, what am I going to transmit into the next moment? That same idea also reframes mindfulness in a really useful way. It's not just be present, it's take care of the person you're about to become. Simple things like meditating or not eating pepperoni before bed become gifts to the next version of yourself. That's psychologically useful, even if the metaphysics turn out wrong. You refuse to demand a final metaphysical answer. Instead, you say, I don't know, but I can inquire. That's a more interesting place to stand. And then, instead of trying to prove consciousness survives death or that everyone is one, you arrive at a simpler spiritual practice. Can this version of me leave the next version with a little more peace, compassion, courage, or freedom than I received? You don't need to solve metaphysics to live by that principle. Make the next used life slightly better.
We naturally assume that when we enter the moment, the same person. So there's a new moment, yes, but I'm the same person. But with dolon theory, we question maybe it's not true, maybe you're brand new. And that is the Uranus moment, the shock. It could be a shock to the internal family of the Cancer zodiac. And we may have entered hoping for joy and ease and rest and digest, but we encounter some thoughts and feelings and some conditioning. The body and the mind have created a story about something being good or bad. If it's good, maybe something you got to hold on to. If it's bad, maybe something you got to get rid of. And instead of finding peace, and so that's the hope, is that upon arriving in the new moment, yes, acknowledge what's been inherited, what you've inherited from not just past generations, but what you inherited from your past self and from the past experiences. But this is a new moment, and it's about to fade, so you want to pass on a better legacy to the future for compassion out of what that future self is going to experience. It's not that different from not having pepperoni before you go to bed or meditating. It's all for the future self to find more peace than you have, just as we hope future generations will have more prosperity or compassion or wisdom or grace or connection to nature. Who am I in this moment? Because when the mind answers who am I, it's who I was, or it's based on some story. And if I have a story, I want it to be from God. I want a story that helps me stay present and rest and digest. I want a story that gives me wisdom and grace and courage and compassion, humility and patience. Or I want to move beyond stories. I don't know if that's possible for a human or for me. It may be too scary or too high frequency. So I'm not demanding to move beyond story, nor am I demanding to cling to a story. I ask, who am I beyond the nausea, but beyond the illusion, beyond the fear, beyond the desire, beyond the stories. And yes, the mind may give me a story, and it's okay. I'll just ask again, who am I? Not with arrogance or aggression, but a belief that there's a God who is helping me through this process, even if I am God, and it's a paradox how I can be God and also talking to God. But talking to God is the only way to, maybe the only way to, for a mortal to get through the appreciation, acceptance of the parts, and the shock of entering the moment, not knowing who you are, and the mind rushing to tell you, this is the world you're in, and this is how things are, and this is what you need to do to be happy. It's all the Enneagram. Often the descendant Enneagram. God, let me forgive people who have wronged me. Let me exit this experience feeling more authentic, more honest. Yes, maybe everyone is me, but maybe I can't see that yet, or maybe I can. Maybe it's time for me to awaken to the truth. If it is, so be it. If it is not, so be it. I don't demand anything. There are so many stories about what the world is for, what I'm here to do, but if I'm only here for a few more seconds, then all I'm here to do is to choose the right pillow to put my head down on and to pray that my next self has the tools that he needs to be happy, to find an empowering story or to transcend story. There's a framework that I think is incomplete or inaccurate that, oh, look at what the brain can hold. I'm in this high state of understanding, or I think what I'm really looking for is compassion. So I ask to be forgiven. I create this story that only God could forgive me so that I can open my heart. And I'm not saying the true story is true or not. I have no idea. But if I am merciful, if I am empathetic, this is the who am I, right? We're stuck in that Karpman drama triangle. I don't want to be afraid of the infinite, but I also want to make a case for there's something good down here. There's something loving. I don't want to just rush to transcend. I don't think that works. But when the drug wears off, how does my future self live? I know that's not me. So my questioning about it is more mental games. I want to be here now, as long as the body allows it. And I want to find compassion somehow, by asking it or giving it.